Yes. What would make it a loving, respectful, enduring relationship? Something that is prerequisite to enjoy the relationship.
Only one thing: communication. So all those who are feeling that it's trust, it's respect, ये सब चीजें आती हैं, बट आपका ट्रस्ट कब बनता है, आपका लव कब होता है, जब आप कम्युनिकेट करते हो. When I tell to my partner that I love you, only then the trust will build up, the love will build up. If I do not talk, that is communicate, if I do not communicate, nothing will happen, right? That's the main key. Whatsoever you are doing in your life, if you want any relationship, by the way, it's not only about partner, but any relationship. If you want the relationship to be enduring, to be long lasting, the main ingredient is communication. And it has to be both the sides. Yeah.
Okay. So, Dia, said that you moved from a divorce mode to now planning dates with your husband. So, what did you inculcate in your daily practice that helped you achieve this shift?
Uh, it is not relating anything to him. So, whatsoever it is, it's relating to me. So, what I inculcated was my personal growth, my personal development, working on my own self. And how do I do that? Is through self love, through practicing acceptance. So that makes, when you understand your own self, only then you can make others understand you. See, I firmly believe this, Namrata, that uh, सब कुछ है ना. आप किसी भी रिलेशनशिप में चले जाओ, अभी कोई भी रिलेशनशिप ले लो, एनी रिलेशनशिप फॉर दैट मैटर. It's your mom, it's your husband, it's your kids, it's your boss, it's your neighbor. Who is common in all the relationships? Me, right? When I am common, I need to work on only myself, because I cannot change five people. I need to understand that it's only one person needs to shift, is me, and it's always for the betterment. So when I did this work, I shifted only myself. I worked on only Dia to reach to a level where now my husband understands. Few years back, when I told him that I'm done with this relationship, I do not want it anymore. For him and for me too, it was shattering, because mine was a love marriage, and I used to feel a lot for him before that also, after that also. But because emotionally I was so down, so low, I couldn't make him feel loved. I couldn't make myself feel loved from him. That created all the problems. And when I just shifted my love towards my own self, everything got shifted. So we very well understand each other today. We very well know where to stop and where to start. We very well know how to communicate what we want. So that's the magic. But that all started. I have never, believe me, I have never ever worked on my husband. I never told him I want this from you. Even today, I don't tell him. I just express myself in a language which is easy to be accepted. Just that much.
Amazing. So, Dia, when you were in that zone where you were not happy, did you face internal conflicts, ego clashes, misunderstanding,
A lot. A
and
lot.
how did you manage?
So initially, as I said, I was completely frustrated with the relationship, because I used to. Ego clashes are always there. Believe me. Uh, Today also there are ego clashes. But what is important for me? My love. My love first for myself and then for him. Because over the period, Namrata, I realized that I really love him. So if you have a partner whom you actually love, you need to make yourself understand that what is more important, the relationship or the ego. If your ego is so high, your relationship will go very down. But if you will bring your relationship high, your ego needs to settle. It may not come down. I am not telling you that you need to go down to accommodate your partner. No, this is not what I encourage. I encourage that there has to be self respect. And self respect and ego are very thinly apart. Like there's a very thin line between them. And you never know, you jump from self respect to ego and then you spoil the relationship. I went too ahead of my ego when I brought myself back. It was just a shift I had to do, and then everything was settled. So you need to be always in self respect, but never in.
And during this tough times, Dia, how did you maintain spark? Or how did you kept yourself positive that, okay, time is tough, but I still want to walk this path?
Uh, Namrata, I'll tell you frankly, if you ask me that time, I was convinced that I do not want this relationship. But by the time I understood that I want my own relationship with myself, because when we are in always giving mode, or when we are just giving in the relationship, may not be, if you're a man also, you might be giving a lot. I have clients who are men and who give a lot in their relationship so that they get drained. It's not only about women or men, it's about everyone. If you are a giver in a relationship, you tend to drain yourself, and then the time comes that you become bitter. To manage that bitterness, to remove that bitterness out of your life, the first important thing is connect to your own self. Have clarity for your life, have clarity for your goals, have clarity for what you want. So I worked on this aspect. I really loved him. That was the important factor in my life. Though I started thinking that I do not want this relationship, I still thought that whatsoever it is, maybe I am not together with him tomorrow, but I still love him. I felt that love inside. आई रादर ऐसे बोलना चाहिए, मैंने उस प्यार को हमेशा जिंदा रखा था, क्योंकि मेरे मेरा आई एम माय कोर वैल्यू इज लव. So for me, it was very important that if I love something, I need to be there. And when I understood that, I just maintained that love inside me, first for myself and then for, of course, him. And that's how one day he also understood that she loves me so much and I need to shift. This is what it is.
So basically, with your behavior, you brought about mindset shift in your husband also.
So true, Namrata. Yes, yes, I will say yes for it. It is, but it is done by me. I don't tell him to change, but he has changed a lot. And that difference has come only when I started working on my own self, my connection with my own self. And that's a magical thing you'll do.
So talking about your personal growth, the connection that you build with yourself, how did it link to fostering positive relationship with your husband? Basically, what did you do, and how did it was how was it visible in your relationship?
Namrata, see, when you are not concerned about how you are, what you do, how will anybody come to know what you want, what you do? Until I model it, people will not know me what I want. So when I talk about self development, connecting to yourself, do you really feel for yourself? Like when I am not feeling good about maybe going out, if I take an example, like my husband wants to go out for a movie and I'm not feeling good about it. Why? I'm not well. Maybe my body is not allowing me. If I will think about myself, I will convince him. But if I do not think about myself, I will get convinced. And this will create bitterness because I will be of a thought process that he does not understand my physical illness, my well being. And that's where everything comes. If you would have understood, you would have told him strictly that no. Now, some of you would have a question that then it might create a rift in a relationship. That it is possible that your husband is like, no, तुम तो कभी मान ही नहीं रही, तुमको तो ना करना है. I get to hear this from people that then he will not ask me again. So be open to communicate. Next time, if you want to go, can you on your own say, I am also coming, joining you. Today I'm okay. Will that not create a shift in his mind? That this time I did not even had to ask. She's so ready. So when I take care of these things, when I say no for something, then next time I compensate it if I'm well, but I take care of myself still. So it's not about that you completely leave the person or you completely annoy the person. It's just you just take care of yourself. And believe me, all when people see you taking care of yourself, they know what will be good for her. They start talking that ये ना दिया को पसंद नहीं है. बट अगर मैं कम्युनिकेट ही नहीं करूंगी, अगर मैं बोलूंगी ही नहीं कि मुझे ये पसंद नहीं है, मत करो, then who will agree with me? They will not know me. So first question you asked me was communication only, right? Until
Yes,
I do not communicate my needs, my preferences to them, how will they understand?
got it. So this conversation is leading to a direction where communication is become extremely critical in
So
relationship.
very true. Yes, so very
So,
true.
Dia, if you can highlight few communication strategies that you implemented consciously while speaking to your husband to revive this relationship.
Uh, See, I give this as a mantra to everyone in my community. Is like when you have to speak to your partner, and if your partner is your husband, not wife. I have men also in the community. So if it's your husband, तो वो जो हम ऐसे मजाक मजाक में टीवी पे सुनते हैं ना, वाइफ हमेशा राइट होती है, ऐसे हम सुनते हैं, राइट? नो, you need to implement it as a woman. When you talk to your husband, you need to say these words, तुम सही कह रहे हो, you are right. This is a, believe me, this is a mantra. Why is when, when imagine a situation where you were in argument with a male, let it be your father, let it be your husband, let it be your boyfriend, let it be your boss. The when men start talking, their ego is already very high, they are already here, and you also try to reach there. This will create a rift because वो जगह इतनी छोटी सी है. ईगो होता है ना, ईगो होता है ना, ईगो बहुत, एज आई सेड, इट्स अ थिन लाइन बिटवीन ईगो एंड सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट. ईगो को स्टैंड करने के लिए भी ना इतनी सी जगह होती है. तो जब आप दो लोग फाइट में आते हो ना, आर्ग्यूमेंट में, तो ओनली वन कैन स्टैंड विद द ईगो. अगर आप भी ईगो में चले जाओगे ना, तो दोनों गिर जाओ. दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंस इन रिलेशनशिप. That when you start talking to your husband or your boyfriend or a male in your relationship, they are already high on ego, they are already standing on that small place. Now you are saying maybe are you, either he's so scared, he starts shouting so badly because he now understands that she is going to come in arguments, of course, to my place, and I'm not letting her do this. Isse he will start shouting very badly, or he'll become abusive, or he will become physically this thing. So what you have to do is you don't have to reach there. You have to bring him down so that he understands your stuff. And how will you bring him down? Simple. You are right. Now, I do not encourage that please become wrong. No, you don't have to become wrong. You are still right. Maybe you are, I'm a chartered accountant, huh? And you very well know you are also a chartered accountant, Namrata. We know taxation more than our family members, right? Hmm?
Correct.
So when it comes to a tax calculation for my husband, so he will be arguing on some things with me. Now, as a chartered accountant, I can easily say, "चुप करके बैठो, मुझे पता है." I don't say this. He till date he argues till date for income tax, which is my subject. So what I tell you, what I talk to him, हाँ बोल तो सही रहे हो, पर पता है लॉ में क्या लिखा हुआ है, तो मुझे ना लॉ ऐसे समझ आता
Wow.
है. एंड देन व्हेन यू द मोमेंट यू से तुम सही कह रहे हो, आपको पता है मेल्स में क्या होता है, अ मेल विल कम डाउन वन स्टेप फ्रॉम देयर ईगो व्हेन यू से तुम सही कह रहे हो, दे ऑटोमेटिकली शिफ्ट डाउन. तो अपनी लेवल पे लाना विल नॉट बी डिफिकल्ट, बट दे जस्ट नीड टू लीव दैट प्लेस. अगर आप बोलोगे सर मतलब मैं हूँ इनकम टैक्स की एक्सपर्ट, यार तुम कैसे बोल सकते हो, गॉन. You are trying to reach there. This is a very, very simple example I'm giving you all. You practically also you think when the person is emotionally very low, in a low emotion, that is ego, and you also want to go there, what will be the result? It has to be a big argument, a fight, generally a fight. I was there at that time, few years back. But the fact is, this is a mantra. Whatever you want to convey your husbands, your partners, if you're a woman, please start the sentence with तुम सही कह रहे हो.
Magic words.
These are magical words and it will create magic. इसके बाद आप कुछ भी बोल लो, इसके बाद आप बोलो पता है लेकिन मुझे क्या लगता है, now you are coming on to your point. He is ready to listen to you because वो आपने उनका इमोशन है ना जो नीचे एंगर का था, उसको ईगो का था, उसको आपने ऊपर कर दिया अंडरस्टैंडिंग के इमोशन. एंड नाउ ही विल बी लाइक अच्छा ठीक है बता दो क्या बोल रही है, तुम भी बता दो. नहीं तो वो हमारी सुनते ही नहीं. एंड आई वुड लव टू गिव वन मोर मंत्र. तुम सही कह रहे हो एंड समटाइम्स आई बिलीव, even if you do not, please say that. Even if you feel that कुछ तो गड़बड़ है, with confidence say okay. If you are saying I believe you, even if he is talking lie, next time he will certainly come to you with a truth because you believed him. Belief creates the biggest amount of respect in front of you. When I say Namrata, I believe you, हम किस में बिलीव करते हैं? आप अपनी लाइफ में किस चीज में या किस पर्सन में बिलीव करते हो? हम बिलीव करते हैं गॉड में. हाईएस्ट बिलीफ, योर
Yes,
हाईएस्ट बिलीफ इज गॉड, राइट?
yes,
एंड योर
yes.
हाईएस्ट रिस्पेक्ट इज ऑल्सो गॉड. तो जब आप किसी को ओपनली ऐसे बोलते हो कि आई बिलीव विथ लॉट्स ऑफ लव, ऑफ कोर्स you may be shivering inside कि पता नहीं झूठ बोल रहा है बंदा, but when you show that person that you are keeping him as good as God, he has now responsibility to behave like God. And maximum number of men, almost 99% of males cannot deny because male like respect, their being is respect. तो उनको फीलिंग जब रिस्पेक्ट ज्यादा चाहिए होती है तो क्या होता है, आई कैन नॉट गो डाउन इन हर माइंड. ऐसा नहीं है कि उसके बाद वो झूठ नहीं बोलते या नहीं करते, बट देन दे बिकम रियली कॉन्शियस ऑफ कमिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू एट दैट टाइम. और उसके बाद भी आई डू नॉट एनकरेज प्लीज स्टे विद द सेम मैन इफ ही टॉक्स लाई, बट स्टिल उसके बाद लाई बोलता है तो प्लीज कन्फ्रंट, communicate, come back to communication. And communication means loving communication, healthy conversation, not shouting, fighting. Yeah.
Yeah, you said about like as a woman how to communicate with your husband. So what would you tell to men's how to communicate with your
Wow.
wife?
Yeah. So, see, this I do that. There is a differentiation between males and females, men and women. So we women feel good when we are loved. So as men, if you are watching this and you want to change your relationship trajectory, whenever you are supposed to enter into an argument with your wife, or she is supposed to raise to that high voice or high argument, go hold her hand and just say one word, I understand. Nothing else. She is, I'm telling you, all of women in the room will agree. If anyone comes and tells, holds our hand, especially males, if your father, if your brother, if your husband, boyfriend, if comes and holds your hand like, Dia, I completely understand what you're going through, even if he does not. And believe me, men do not understand how women feel because it's not in their being. It's not their fault. Men, please, if you're listening, it is not against you. You are a being like that. God has made you like that. You will never feel what the women is going through. But you can still understand that, okay, she is in a bad state. This much only you need to understand. There is nothing more to understand. Yeah. This is
Amazing.
a mantra. Yeah. For
So,
me,
three mantras you gave,
mm,
Dia.
yes,
One is you are right. I believe in you. What woman has to say to their husband, and what husband has to say to their wife. Hold the hand and say, I understand.
yes.
So,
It does
this is
all magic. It does magic, Namrata. Now my husband has understood all this mantras, by the way. And whenever he sees me, I go into argument only because of my son. No other reason I have to go into argument with him. Our parenting style is different. So when he sees me that I'm about to enter into argument, he'll come sit in front of me. See, I'm not denying what you're saying. I really understand. My work is done because I realize this is what I teach. I need to calm down myself because my husband is using it now. And it's so magical, it's so wonderful. We change our relationship immediately at that moment. We happen to be with each other the moment we sense that the other person is coming down of the ego and everything gets settled there.
so. I while when you started talking, Dia, I thought that this will work only when people don't know that these are the magic words being used. But now you enlightened me saying that even if they know, it still works.
It works amazingly नम्रता. हमें ना पता नहीं चलता. देखो क्या होता है ना, जब हमारे इमोशंस बहुत हाई चले जाते हैं ना, high in the sense, rather I should say vibrationally we go low when we are in anger, guilt or shame. So these things are magical. These we know, all of us. ये कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. मैं बोल दूंगी I understand नम्रता. Sometimes you will be like तुमको समझ में कैसे आएगा, right? But when it comes to a different being, you and maybe your boyfriend, you both are together in a relationship and you are talking to each other and there is a conflict about to emerge. The moment your partner will say, Namrata, I understand how you feel, you will go down. You will say, yeah, okay, maybe he understands. Consciously, you know he cannot understand you, but then that those words will give you that calmness and you will raise your vibrational frequency.
Beautifully explained, Dia. Beautifully explained. So now with these words, if you can tell how to keep romance alive, because now there is no ego clashes. Now there is a good communication. So how to keep romance alive, and especially when there is lot of changes in relationship dynamics. Like initially you said that there used to be fight because of your difference of opinion. Now it's only because of your kid, because difference in parenting style. Over a period of time, probably that will also go away. The relationship will change. So how to keep romance alive across all the stages?
See, Namrata, the fact is that there is love. If you really nurture love in your relationship, which you do, I know all of you do. That's the reason many of you are listening this session, because you have given preference to love in your relationship. When there is love, it has to spark again and again. अगर है love, तो जो situations आती हैं, whatsoever comes between us, howsoever we turn back to love after some time. Maybe at that moment we are not in that phase to accept each other. When I have an argument with him regarding my son, आजकल argument नहीं होता. It's a discussion. That it does not go to that level. But even in a discussion, I remind myself that my love is more powerful than my ego, than my understanding, than my information, than my knowledge. I may have a lot of knowledge about being a parent. Maybe I have done a lot of courses, maybe I've done some working on that. But the fact is everything is aside. Important is my love. How much do I give that love space in my heart? And for me as a person, only love. I do not give anything else space. So I feel if you talk about uh, dealing with these situations, I always remember argument होगा, discussion होगा, हमारा difference of opinion होगा, but उसके बाद प्यार तो पहले से ही है ना. So I again and again go back to following my love for him. And over the period, what I started doing is, to keep my romance alive, I started being loveful, to showing my love to him, expressing my love to him. If I feel in the day, if I remember him, if I feel for him, I will certainly message him wherever he is. I will message him that, I was remembering.
Wow, so nice.
Only this much. You don't have to be over romantic sending emojis of kisses and hugs, though I do that. I do that. I agree to that, that I send him uh, hearts, I send him a lot. Heart is a sign that I'm feeling love. So I send him love, and he sends me now hugs and kisses emoji.
Oh, wow, so beautiful.
It is indeed beautiful, Namrita, because I feel amazing as a woman. I love to see that. So what happens is with me, I just light up because the men who was like I love you तो बहुत दूर की बात है, प्यार दिखाते भी नहीं थे कितनी सारी situations में. Today he's sending me emojis. He now on his own he comes and holds my hand. This is so amazing. It's not I do this practice. It's not about my ego with him. We do have differences, and we will have. I am a woman. He's a man. That's the only reason to have difference. First reason. It's okay to have differences with your partner. Nothing wrong. But what do you do to accept them? How do you accept them? Accepting them and then loving them. So I really I spark my romance again and again. When he is around, I don't leave him for longer hours. I go sit beside him. I be there for him. I ask him few things which are actually not necessary. For a good reason, my husband is in Mumbai and I'm in Bangalore. So whenever he comes once in a month for 4 5 days continuously. He'll be here. He is on work from home mode, but for me, he is physically in front of me, right? And for him also the same thing. So we make sure that morning tea, we don't leave each other. We have it around. Even if our laptops are on, still we have it together. Still we talk to each other at that moment when it's a tea time only for 10 minutes, but we talk to each other. Evening tea also, we make sure we are together. We talk to each other. We have tea together. We have when we have lunch, we call off for each other, even if we are having on different timing. So supposing I have a session on lunchtime and he is free, he will still make sure that I am there for 2 minutes. Or he will be like, अच्छा मैं लंच कर लूं उसके बाद मतलब मैं लंच पहले हो जाएगा तो चलेगा. Like before your session, I'll finish it faster, but I want you to sit with me.
Wow.
I do the same thing. I tell him, can you be here for me for some time? When I go work in the kitchen, I purposely ask him, if you're free, can you come and stand here with me? You don't have to work. And the beauty is, Namrata, when he is in the kitchen, he works. He helps me. And that's what I need as a woman, right? But have I communicated to him that I love you being in kitchen with me? I
Hmm.
love to see you. I love to you be around me. I use this language often. I love, and all of you, my relationship class first session is always this, that start talking about things in love language. Like when you talk about something you like, don't use the word like, even a normal word. Like I like bindi. Start using the word I love bindi. Why, love attracts love. Even if you will say it for small, stupid things, no? Change your language to love. I love doing this. And you see, when you are in regular conversation with love, then when you are in front of your partner, no, even अगर आपको उनकी शर्ट अच्छी लगेगी ना, तो अभी भी when I talk to him on a video call on daily basis, so when I really like his shirt, I do not say I like your dressing. No, I don't say this. I say this, I love the shirt you are wearing, you're looking so amazing. Romance light up हो जाता है, क्योंकि he feels like wow, now she started complimenting me. And males get older faster, right? They feel when a compliment comes from their partner. So I literally tell him, it's not that I'm talking lie. No, it's not like that. I really, when I like it, I only say that. I don't just fake it. I really like it. I'll be openly saying it. When I don't like it, I'll say, can you please switch off the camera or change the t-shirt? And he loves it, Namrata, today. He does not mind me saying this. Why? Because he wants me to see him. So he cannot switch off the camera.
Hmm.
He cannot switch off the camera. He will certainly change his t-shirt. And he does it. He tells me, this is what we want in relationships, right? That your partner should respect what you like, what you don't like. And he also tells me, दिया यार 5 मिनट मुझे दे दो ना, ये लैपटॉप बंद करो. What I do is a video call, यहाँ पड़ा है, फोन यहाँ पड़ा है और लैपटॉप भी चालू है, तो मैं काम भी करती हूँ. सम थिंग्स आर वेरी इजी. मैं पूरा
Yeah.
ध्यान उधर ही होता है, 99% उधर ही होता है, 1% ही लैपटॉप में होता है. इट इज दिया यार, either you talk to me later or you switch off the laptop now. And I'm like, okay, fine. इनको बीच में रखूंगी and I'll talk. Okay, fine. Tell me. I'll leave. I also respect it because I know he does it for me.
Mm.
But as I explained previously, you have to do for yourself first.
Agreed.
You need to do it for yourself. And you need to communicate to your partner.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, Namrata.
Yeah, now you talk about how to keep romance alive. Okay. And taking this further, with romance, how do you like build emotional intimacy with your spouse, which will deepen your conversation, deepen your relationship, and it will give that satisfaction which is much needed in the relationship.
Namrata, you tell me, what is emotional intimacy for you?
Maybe I would say ability to understand my emotion, and somebody who can understand my emotion and react in that way.
Yeah, wonderful. Now I want to ask one question. Do you understand your emotions?
Not always.
Not always. The moment you will connect to yourself, Namrata, you don't need to explain what is emotional intimacy to your partner. He will on his own take care. He will on his own do it. Now I'll give you an example which just happened 2 days back with me. I hope I can share that, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
welcome.
So my partner was upset on something going in my family. He clearly expressed that I did not like this and I am not becoming part of it. But for me, my family is important and this event is extremely important for them. And I committed that I will support. So when he told me 2 times before also, he had told me, I did not react, I did not communicate, I did not say anything. This time when he told me, then I openly told him, I agree with whatever you say. If you do not like, I am completely aware and understand you cannot be part of it. It's okay. You need not be part of it. But I will not deny that even if you are not there, I will support them. I will not deny that I understand you're not liking it, but for me, it's very important because I have already committed. I cannot go back on my words. I need to be there with them when they want me. And I'm telling you, and I'm not forcing you to come. I am completely okay with whatever your decision is. I respect it. It's not anger, it's nothing at all. I just respect it. Then he thought for some time. I told him, we were talking, and at the end, um, what he told me, he surprised me, by the way. He told me, ठीक है फिर तुम जाओगी तो मैं भी तुम्हारे साथ. I said, I don't want this. I told him,
Oh,
yeah, and that was a loving comment I got from him, because he not only told us, he literally convinced me by saying that no, 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 फिर तो तुम जहाँ मैं वहाँ. And I'm like, wow, this I'm listening so nice. And I continuously 3 times I told him, but I am not forcing you. I don't want. नहीं, मैं तो force तो तुम कर ही नहीं रही, ना ही मैं forcefully आ रहा हूँ. मेरे लिए तो तुम important हो, तो तुम जहाँ मैं वहाँ. For that, even if I have to support them, I'm okay. What else I wanted, yaar? I wanted, but was I clear with my own emotions? 2 times before also he told me the same thing. This third time was making me that I should be decisive, that I will also not support. That was the reason he was talking to me. I know him. But third time I was very clear that now this is the high time I need to communicate with him. That आप कुछ भी बोल लो, मैं नहीं ऐसा करने वाली कुछ भी. मैं तो commit कर चुकी हूँ. He also committed. He's committed to me, right? So he did not go back on his commitment. He told me, मैं तुम्हारे साथ, तुम जहाँ मैं वहाँ. ये ये चीज होगी जब आप क्लियर हो जाओगे कि आप क्या चाहते हैं.
beautifully explained, yeah. Extremely
Thank
beautifully explained. So
thank you,
without
Namrata.
forcing, without telling him multiple times, you could get him like, and it really came as a pleasant surprise to you.
Indeed, indeed. And I was super happy while he disconnect the phone. पूरे conversation में I was actually little upset that why he is not understanding my point. I cannot say no to my family. This is the only reason I had. But he understood that my emotions, he understood. That was emotional intimacy. Automatically he understood. And that's how he was with me at the end of the call. अगर नहीं समझते तो नहीं होते. नहीं समझते हैं तभी जब हम नहीं समझते. अगर मैं ही नहीं, 2 बार तो मैंने भी नहीं समझी, तो थर्ड टाइम तभी तो उनको मौका मिला. अब इसको मना लेता हूँ कि नहीं देगी साथ. या पहली बार में ही मैं उनको बोल देती कि नहीं, मुझे ये सब नहीं समझेगा, आई एम कन्विंस विद दिस ओनली, तो थर्ड टाइम आता ही नहीं.
Mm,
बट ही अंडरस्टूड बिकॉज आई अंडरस्टूड माई ओन सेल्फ.
nice. Yeah, like you talked about your commitment to your family. वैसे your husband would have commitment to his family. But apart from spouse relationship, there are a lot of external relationship. And this relationship tend to build lot of pressure on husband and wife. So in that case, what do you recommend to protect your marriage? Because the external extended family, they might not always be with you, but you need them at appropriate point in time in your life. But the priority is your marriage, right?
सो ट्रू नम्रता. यहाँ पर भी मेरे पास एक मंत्र है, एक सिंपल सा मंत्र है. जिस रिलेशनशिप के साथ बात कर रहे हो, वॉट एवर योर एक्सटर्नल फैमिली, टॉक according to that relationship. Like supposing if I'm giving you an example. If I am talking about my son to my husband, I cannot talk as a mother because I am not my husband's mother, right? Why will he listen to me? Right? I can talk as a wife to him, but I cannot talk as a mother to him. So जब मैं अपने बच्चे के बारे में अगर अपने हस्बैंड से कुछ मनवाना चाहती हूँ, तो मैं ऐसे नहीं, यार तुम बच्चे को देखते ही नहीं हो, कितना बेचारा ऐसे बेचारा वैसे, ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला. नो, आई दिस इज अ मदर टॉकिंग, राइट? That my son is so bad feeling, this is happening. So my husband will never listen, and he never listened. I used that before. He never listened. What I do is I talk to him as a wife. You know, as a father, you're doing good, but as a boy, you need to understand him. I don't go interfere in his and his son's relationship. This is what we do in other relationship. अब जब मैं अपने सास की कंप्लेंट करूंगी अपने हस्बैंड को, तो मैं क्या करूंगी? बहू बन के कंप्लेंट करूंगी। तो मैं क्या बोलती हूँ? तुम्हारी मम्मी ऐसे, तुम्हारी मम्मी ने मेरे साथ ऐसे किया। ये उनकी वाइफ नहीं बात करती है, ये उनकी मम्मी की बहू बात कर रही है। तो मुझे क्या बोलना चाहिए? यार देखो ना मम्मी ने कैसे बात की मेरे साथ। एंड बाय द वे, थैंक्स टू thanks to all my gurus, my spiritual guru, it's from long. So when I was getting married, they explained me this point, that you're not the way I am explaining. They just told me that you're not supposed to complain to your husband about your in-laws. They just asked me two things in my marriage, that do not complain about your husband to your mother and father. Do not complain about your in-laws to your husband. So I have never complained till date. Yes, but he knows everything. For me, it's a complaint only, but I do it with love. So I don't talk तुम्हारी मम्मी. I talk, देखो ना मम्मी कैसे कर रही है. So mummy factor says I am talking as a daughter to his mother and as a wife to him, because I'm not in a complaining mode. I am in a mode of pain and suffering. That यार देखो मम्मी ने कैसे बात करी. अब यही same चीज I do it with my sister also when it's my mom, right? So my sister does not feel bad about it. So how will my husband feel? I talk to him as a wife that see mom is doing like this with me and I'm not liking it, yaar. And I ask him, tell me no how to get away with this. You know your mom better, no? Tell me how should I manage? And now he feels like, oh my God, she wants to manage it. She does not want to leave my mom. But maximum women do this mistake. They talk to their husband as the daughter-in-law of their mom. Please, in any relationship, be that person. Do not become something else to talk to the other person. Even when you have to convince your dad, you don't have to become a person who you don't have, supposing you want to go to a discotheque and your dad is like denying that because you're a daughter or whatsoever reason. My dad did this for years together, even when I was like a more than an adult. So you can't talk to them like that you are a hippie, you just want to dance. You are a different person there in the discotheque. You cannot talk from that person's perspective. You have to talk as a daughter only. Dad, can you please understand my things? I want to enjoy. बट वॉट वी डू, मेरे सारे दोस्त जा रहे हैं. ये क्या लैंग्वेज होती है? ये हम बात करते हैं उस बंदे के बारे में सोचते हैं जिसको डिस्को जाना है. मैं अपने बारे में बात नहीं करती. मैं उनकी डॉटर हूं तो मैं उनकी डॉटर के हिसाब से बात कर सकती हूँ. डैड, कैन यू प्लीज ट्रस्ट मी? कैन यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई वांट टू डू? कैन यू नो मी? आई डोंट टॉक लाइक दिस. मेरे सारे फ्रेंड्स जाते हैं, मेरे मेरे सारे फ्रेंड्स के मॉम डैड छुट्टी दे देते हैं, आप क्यों नहीं दे रहे हो मुझे छुट्टी? वी बिकम अ डिफरेंट पर्सन. Any relationship, be that person what you are with that relationship, and you will achieve whatever you want, and you will manage all the pressures coming around with all these relationships.
Okay. So Dia, we spoke a lot about relationship. Going back to the first point, and all these issues you taught how to manage. But do you think if you find the right man, or popularly known as soulmate, you would not face these issues? Or how do you identify that this is the right person and the problems will be less?
Yes. So there was a question like this also. I just remembered. I don't think that person is here, but it's okay. I would love to answer this also. That uh, there is no concept called soulmate. If you need to have a soulmate, it has to be only you. ऐसा कभी नहीं होगा कि आपका झगड़ा नहीं होगा, प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं होंगे, कितना भी अच्छा रिलेशनशिप, कितना भी ऐसे रिलेशनशिप होता है ना, हम दोनों तो एक दूसरे को 100% समझते हैं, पर एनवायरमेंट सिचुएशंस आर नॉट 100% सिमिलर। ऐसा कभी ना कुछ होगा जो आपको रिफ्ट में लेकर आएगा। यू नीड टू फाइंड अ सोलमेट इन योर सेल्फ। क्योंकि अगर नम्रता, अगर आप यहाँ पे अपने साथ अपनी सोलमेट बना लोगे ना, अपने साथ बना लोगे ना, तो बाहर की कोई सिचुएशन बॉदर नहीं करेगी। सो देयर इज नो राइट मैन और राइट वुमेन फॉर यू, इट्स नेवर फॉर एनीवन एल्स। You need to become right. So I do a session which is finding your perfect match. I don't know if you have attended that. So in that session, I ask people to do an exercise. If you have a right men in your mind, कि ये ऐसा वाला बंदा ना मेरे लिए बिल्कुल परफेक्ट होगा, आई एम गिविंग दिस एक्सरसाइज, दिस आई डू इट इन माय पेड सेशन, एंड आई एम गिविंग यू ऑल, प्लीज डू दैट इफ यू रियली वांट टू फाइंड अ right partner for yourself, or you want to make the same partner right. Write down on a paper what qualities you want from your partner. So like honesty, trust, joy, whatever you want your by, ये वाली क्वालिटी है ना, ये 10 क्वालिटीज मुझे मेरे पार्टनर में नॉन निगेशियबल चाहिए। एंड नाउ कीप असाइड योर पार्टनर, आस्क योरसेल्फ हाउ इज नम्रता ऑन दीज क्वालिटीज। आप ये क्वालिटीज, आप में कितनी परसेंटेज है इन क्वालिटीज की। तो फिर पीपल थिंक लाइक दैट मीन्स एज पर माई पार्टनर आई एम सुपर ऑनेस्ट। क्वालिटी एम, आर यू ऑनेस्ट इन all the relationship around you? How much honest you are you trustworthy with all the people meeting you? How much percentage? If your itself, and believe me Namrata, there are more than 50 to 80 people I have done this session with, everyone changed their mindset। क्योंकि जितनी क्वालिटीज लिखी थी ना, सब में खुद के मार्क्स है ना बिलो 5, लेकिन पार्टनर की तरफ आता है तो 10 चाहिए। आपकी खुद की 5 से कम है तो 10 कैसे आएगा पार्टनर का? इफ यू आर ऑन लेवल, अगर आप ही एवरेज से भी बिलो स्टूडेंट हो, तो आप फर्स्ट रैंकर और फर्स्ट रैंकर और सेकंड रैंकर मांग ही कैसे सकते? तो मिलेगा ही नहीं वैसा पार्टनर कभी भी। पहले यू हैव टू कम टू 10, राइट? इफ नॉट 10, कम टू 7, राइट? रेज योर स्टैंडर्ड। जब आपका यहाँ रेज होगा स्टैंडर्ड, तभी तो वहां से अट्रैक्ट कर पाओगे। अब नाउ आई विल टेल यू नम्रता, माय हस्बैंड talking on trust, honesty, authenticity, he was minus. Why, you know? Because I used to feel low always. The moment I raised my benchmark, I raised myself, authenticity, honesty, compassion, love, I worked on these factors. Of course, I was working only for myself at that time. Now I see him raising high on that. He can't match up with my level, no? He has to come up. तो जब आपकी लेवल हाई होगी तभी तो कोई हाई लेवल का बंदा अट्रैक्ट होगा ना। So ask yourself, what are these qualities? Are you the right men or women for yourself? तभी right men और women attract होगा। मैं कितनी अच्छी हूँ अपने में, मुझे पता है, right? I know how much I am. So if you ask me, I openly say I am super lazy person. I am not at all disciplined. I don't have discipline in my life at all. So when I talk to my son, I can't talk. I can't talk. I attracted his indiscipline. I can't talk because I don't want to listen from him. Now I'm a coach, so I don't want to listen from him that खुद भी तो नहीं करते हो, मुझे क्यों बोल रहे हो? So I like, until I bring my discipline level too high, I cannot tell him anything. My husband is super disciplined. He has to listen to him. He will never say no to his dad. He attracts what he wants, what he is. I attract what I am. Just be what you want from life. Who is your right man? Just be like that right man. Imbibe those qualities in your being, and you see the magic. That right man will follow you.
Thank you so much, Dia. Thank you so much. I really loved the conversation that we had. Right, like finding a right person to nurturing relationship, growing emotional intimacy, keeping romance alive, managing different parenting style, and the most important thing that I loved was magic mantras that you gave.
Yeah, I know, I know. This is so simple and easy, yaar. Your relationships are not at all a task, Namrata. Only one relationship is a task. You with your own self. The moment you achieve that, all other relationships are complementary. And believe me, I'm seeing that. After I started working on myself, connecting to myself, people in my, okay, how many of you are feeling कि mother-in-law के साथ तो कभी नहीं हो सकता. My mother-in-law loves me today. My father-in-law will not call his son for advice. He will call me. Why? I have raised my energy there. I have changed the relationship with them through changing my own self, my relationship with my own self. And that's only the magic. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dia. So, with
Thank you.
this, I thank you for coming for today's session and doing this and sharing your knowledge. So, definitely, everybody is going to benefit out of it.
Thank you, Namrata. Thank you for calling me. I think that there is a session. Reena, I'm so sorry to interrupt here, but we are at this. No problem.